Hello guys, MCQ for FMG, NEET PG और अपकमिंग एग्ज़ाम नेक्स्ट पार्ट 3 में आपका फिर से स्वागत है. वी आर मेकिंग वीडियोज़ लाइक दिस टू इम्प्रूव एजुकेशन लेवल और एजुकेशन स्टैंडर्ड in a manner that you can watch, hear and listen MCQs anytime, anywhere in your free time. For FMGs, they can start doing these MCQs after finishing their third or fourth semester, that is second year. And for Indian graduates that they are doing MBBS, they can start doing these MCQs when they finish 2 years of studies. Okay, question number 22. Which of the following technique is used to study current flow across a single ion channel? A. Patch clamp. B. Voltage clamp. C. Iontophoresis. D. Galvanometry. Correct answer is A. Patch clamp. Patch clamp is a technique to record ion current flow through a single protein channel. The patch clamp technique is laboratory technique in electrophysiology that allows the study of a single or multiple ions in a cell. The technique can be applied to a wide variety of cells but especially useful in study of excitable cells such as neurons, cardiomyocytes, muscle fibers or pancreatic beta cells. It can also be applied to study of bacterial ion channels, specially prepared giant spheroplast. In patch clamp experiment, a small pipette is carefully manured to seal off a portion of a cell membrane. The pipette has electrode bathed in appropriate solution that allows for a recording of the electrical changes through any pore of the membrane. Question number 23. A 4-year-old boy of a first degree consanguineous couple was noted by a parent to have darkening of a urine to almost black color when it was left standing. He has a normal sibling and there are no other medical problems. Growth and development to date are normal. Which of the following is most likely to be elevated in this patient? Methyl malonate, B. Homogeneity, C. Phenyl pyruvate, D. Alpha keto isovalerate. Correct answer is B. Homogeneity. Alkaptonuria is a rare metabolic disease involving deficiency in homogeneic acid oxidase and the subsequent accumulation of the homogeneic acid in urine which turns dark upon standing. The elevation of methyl malonate due to methylmalonyl co-mutase deficiency, phenylpyruvate due to phenylalanine hydroxylase deficiency, alpha keto isovalerate due to branched chain alpha ketoacid dehydrogenase deficiency, homocysteine due to cysteine beta synthase deficiency. All of these are inconsistent with healthy child with darkening of urine. Question number 24. Which of the following is true about a different structure of protein? A. Secondary structure is three-dimensional structure of protein. B. Secondary structure is stabilized by disulfide bonds. C. Primary, secondary and tertiary structure destroyed during the denaturation. D. Secondary and tertiary structure depends on a sequence of amino acids. Answer is D. Questions like this you only can be ratified, you can say. You don't have any kind of knowledge behind these questions. Answer D. Secondary and tertiary structure depends on the sequence of amino acids. Explanation: proteins are arranged in any of the following four structures: primary, secondary, tertiary. The sequence of amino acid in a protein is called primary structure of the protein chain. Secondary, the polypeptide backbone does not assume a random three-dimensional structure but instead generally form regular arrangements of amino acids that are located near to each other in a linear sequence. The alpha helix, beta sheet, beta bend, beta are examples of the secondary structure frequently encountered in proteins. Tertiary structure, it is referred to a three-dimensional arrangement of the polypeptide chain that has assumed its secondary structure. Disulfide bonds between cysteine residue may stabilize the tertiary structure. Protein denaturation results in the unfolding and disorganization of the protein's secondary and tertiary structures, which are not accompanied by hydrolysis of the peptide bonds. Quaternary structures. The quaternary structures requires more than one polypeptide chain. These chains associate through non-covalent interactions. Question number 25. The insulin glucagon ratio decrease the enzyme is active at this time. A. Glucokinase, B. Hexokinase, C. Phosphofructokinase, D. Glucose 6 phosphatase. Correct answer is D. Glucose 6 phosphatase. Low insulin glucagon ratio, IGR ratio, stimulates the mobilization of stored nutrients, increase glycogenolysis and gluconeogenesis, and promote the breakdown of the adipose tissue into free fatty acids and glycerol. Decreased insulin glucagon ratio shows a fasting state. Glucokinase, hexokinase, and phosphofructokinase are glycolytic. Only gluconeogenic is glucose 6 phosphatase. 26. Achronosis is due to accumulation of homogentic acid, B. Homogentic acid. Both options are similar, that is a printing mistake. Xanthylurate, D. Glyoxylate. Answer is homogentic acid. Alkaptonuria is an autosomal recessive condition due to deficiency of homogenticate 1,2-dioxidase. This results in the excretion of homogentic acid in urine. Is compatible with a fairly normal life. The only abnormality in the blackening of urine on standing. Homogentic acid is oxidized by polyphenol oxidase to benzoquinone acetate. It is then polymerized to black colored alkaptone bodies. By third to fourth decade of life, the patient may develop achronosis, deposition of alkaptone bodies in intervertebral disc, cartilages of nose, pinna, and ear. Black pigments are deposited over the connective tissue, including the joint cavities, to produce arthritis. No specific treatment is required, but minimal protein intake with phenylalanine less than 500 mg per day is recommended. Alkaptonuria related topic. Question number 27. Bilirubin in a serum can be measured by A. Van den Berg reaction, B. Ehrlich reaction, C. Schlesinger's reaction, D. Fouquet's reaction. Answer is A. Van den Berg's reaction. Bilirubin is most commonly determined by Van den Berg reaction, in which diazotized sulfonic acid react with bilirubin to form red azodipyroles. These are measured calorimetrically. In aqueous solution, the water-soluble conjugated bilirubin reacts rapidly with the reagent within 1 minute and is said to be direct reacting. And the unconjugated bilirubin, which is much less soluble in aqueous solution, reacts more slowly. However, when reaction is carried out in methanol, both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin are soluble and react with the reagent, providing the total bilirubin value. The indirect reacting bilirubin, which corresponds to unconjugated bilirubin, is obtained by subtracting the direct reacting bilirubin from total bilirubin. Note, in normal plasma, only 4% of total bilirubin is conjugated or direct reacting because most are secreted into bile. Conjugated, direct, unconjugated, and indirect. Most confusing topic. Be students must clear their confusion regarding these four conditions. Question number 28. If sample of DNA, if adenine is 28%, what will be the amount of cysteine present? Adenine is 28%, what will be the amount of cytosine present? A 23%, B 25%, C 46%, D 22%. Correct answer is D 22%. The base of the strand of the DNA are paired with the bases of the strands, so that adenine is always paired with thymine and cytosine is always paired with guanine. Therefore, one polypeptide chain of DNA double helix is always the complement of the other. Given the sequence of the base on the chain, the sequence of the bases on the complementary chain can be determined. Note, the specific base pairing in DNA leads to Chargaff rule. In any sample double-stranded DNA, the amount of adenine equals to amount of thymine, the amount of guanine equals to amount of cytosine, and the total amount of purines equals to total amount of pyrimidines. The base pairs are held together by hydrogen bonds, 2 between A and T, adenosine and thymine, and 3 between G and C. These hydrogen bonds plus hydrophobic interaction between the stacked bases stabilizes structure of double helix of DNA. Question number 29. Which of the following vitamin in higher dose causes cystoid macular edema? Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, or niacin? Answer is D, niacin. Cystoid macular edema, CM, is condition that involves the macula causing painless vision loss. Niacin, nicotinic acid, vitamin B3, or vitamin PP. One component of the dietary supplement taken by the patient is a vitamin preparation usually used for treatment of the lipid disorders. Fraunfelder et al. Reported that 3 gram or more per day of nicotinic acid could cause many ocular side effects such as blurred vision, eyelid edema, toxic amblyopia, proptosis, loss of eyelashes or eyebrows, superficial punctated keratitis, and cystoid macular edema, which represents the most serious ocular complication of it. All these adverse effects are reversible with discontinuation of niacin therapy. Question number 30. True statement regarding Huntington's chorea is: there is a loss of function type of mutation. It is autosomal recessive. It is trinucleotide repeat expansion type of disorder. D. Increased number of CAA repeats. Answer is C. It is a trinucleotide repeat expansion type of disorder. Huntington's chorea is an autosomal dominant disorder with increased number of CAG repeats. Clinically manifested as involuntary jerky movements, mood disturbances, and finally severe dementia. Question number 31. Addition of which amino acid will increase UV absorption? Tryptophan, leucine, proline, arginine. Answer is A, tryptophan. Amino acid absorbs UV lights. Amino acid that absorb 250 to 290 nanometer, maximum at 280 nanometer UV lights are tryptophan, phenylalanine, and tyrosine. The maximum absorption of UV light is by tryptophan, as it absorbs UV light about 10 times more efficiently than phenylalanine or tyrosine. Tryptophan makes a major contribution to probability of most of the protein to absorb light in the region of 280 nanometer. Tryptophan and tyrosine absorb UV light at approximately 280 nanometer. UV absorption spectroscopy is utilized to measure protein concentration. The absorption spectrum of protein in the UV wavelength range is the result of absorption of light by aromatic amino acids 250 to 20 nanometer, and disulfide bonds 250 to 300 nanometer, and the carbonyl group of peptide bonds 190 to 210 nanometer. Remember, aromatic amino acid absorb UV lights. Amino acids are colorless because they do not absorb visible light. Question number 32. We richest source of vitamin B12: meat, green leafy vegetables, corn oil, or sunflower oil. Correct answer is meat. Vitamin B12 is naturally found in animal products including fish, meat, poultry, egg, milk products. Synonyms are cobalamin, extrinsic factor of Castle, and anti-pernicious anemia factor. Vitamin B12 is a water soluble, heat soluble, red in color. It is satisfied by any of the following groups: cyanide, hydroxyl, adenosine, or methyl. Cyanocobalamin oral preparation are in this form: cyanocobalamin, that is B complex, Bicazole. Hydroxycobalamin injected preparation are in this form: adenosylcobalamin, this is a major storage form seen in the liver. Methylcobalamin, this is a major form seen in blood circulation as well as cytoplasm of the cell. B12 is generally not present in plant foods, but fortified breakfast cereals are readily available sources of B12 with high bioavailability for vegetarians. Rich sources of B12: beef, liver, chicken, fish, shellfish such as trout, salmon, tuna fish, calm, fortified breakfast cereals, low fat milk, yogurt, cheese, egg. We'll stop today here and finishes our third MCQ part. MCQs for FMG, next NEET PG. Third part. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.